My top 12 college football teams. A lot of people do their top 12 because we know it's going to be a 12-team playoff. But let's just keep it a bug. I did my top 12 teams that I think. Well, I wrote down 12 goddamn teams. Let's just keep it a bug. I only think it's four teams really in contention for the college football championship. And I'm gonna go through my 12 anyway, I guess. I got Texas at one. I still think they're the best team in the country from a roster perspective. I think what they did to Michigan was absolutely it was just mind blowing, man. And Quinn Ewers, when he comes back, I think he's clearly QB1. But I can even see Texas winning the championship with Arch Manning back there, man. I just think the skill positions are too good. I just think the overall talent, the coaching, everything, it just I honestly think Texas is a juggernaut, and I'd be surprised if they lose a game from here to the playoffs. From here all the way to the championship. I'll be surprised if Texas lose the game. I have Texas at number one. Number two, I have Alabama. Now, I've been high on Alabama even coming into the year, but I just still don't think they've done enough to be over Texas. I get the Georgia win was impressive, but Georgia, I'm just not sure if Georgia's offense is really good. Outside of Carson Beck, is there anybody that's going to go in the first round on that Georgia offense? Skill position wise, I'm pretty sure they probably have a offensive lineman probably go first round. I'm not even sure that if they got that, but the win against Georgia for Alabama, it was impressive. The comeback that Georgia kind of start initiating, it kind of helped and hurted Alabama. Hurt it. It kind of helped and hurt Alabama. Um, I can go either way here with Alabama, but I just haven't met to it. It's not just because I'm a Texas fan. It's just I want to see more. I've been hearing Jalen Milroe buzz. People probably got him at. I heard people might have him at quarterback number one in terms of prospects in the NFL draft. I I'm not going there for. I think he possibly could be over Beck, but I still probably would have Shador and Quinn Ewers over him. But then I don't really like this quarterback crop, just to be me being honest, me personally. I don't think it's that strong. And I think they should at the highest quarterback one should go probably 15 and below. But yeah, got Alabama at two. Number three, I have Tennessee. I think Tennessee just has been very impressive in terms of their resume. They beat NC State. They beat Oklahoma. I thought those were good wins. Maybe not so much NC State now that we're looking back on it, but the Oklahoma win was impressive. Got Jackson Arnold the hell up out of here. Uh, but yeah, I think Tennessee's been impressive. Nico Maliava, I think as the year goes on, he will only get better and better. I think that defense, especially that front four, I think it's for real. So Tennessee deserves that three spot, even though I'm not just super in love with Tennessee, especially over my number four, which is Ohio State. Ohio State hasn't played anybody. Now they got a lot of tough opponents coming up later in their schedule, but their first 5 weeks is absolutely atrocious. They finna get their first test. I think this is against Iowa. Michigan State, come on, man. Michigan State. I know they just beat the brakes off Michigan State, but I'm not going. So I got Ohio State number four, even though they might have an argument for the best roster. It's just their resume. They just have. I haven't seen. They had some tough quarters against Marshall, and I got to see more from them. I just got to see more from Ohio State. So that rounds out my tier one. I think Texas at one, Alabama at two, Tennessee at three, Ohio State at four. I think those are the clear four best teams in college football. We still need to see more from Ohio State, but I think that roster is just loaded. So that's my top four: Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State. At five, I got Georgia. And six, I got Missouri. Mm. Seven, I got Miami. I'm not the biggest Cam Ward guy. No offense, but I gotta see more from Cam Ward. I see some questionable picks that he throws, and I think he got bailed out against Virginia Tech. But that's neither here nor there. 8, I got Oregon. Oregon's offensive line is terrible, but I really like Dylan Gabriel. I think him and Evan Stewart, Tez Johnson. I don't even know if Tez Johnson's having a good year, or is it Tez Walker? I'm tripping. I'm just straight up blanking on this wide receiver's name. Is it Tez Walker or Tez Johnson? Either way, I like what I seen from Dylan Gabriel and Evan Stewart, and I really think Dylan Gabriel is probably, in my opinion, the best quarterback in college football. He's probably not the best NFL quarterback prospect, but I think he's the best quarterback in college. So I got Oregon at 8. Penn State, I got them here just because I don't trust Penn State. I don't trust Drew Aller. Like, I just think Penn State is like, they won a game against Illinois, which was a good win, a good rank win, but it was 21-7. They scored 21 points. So how high can I put Penn State? Number 10, I got USC. I love what I'm seeing from Miller Moss. They would be higher if they would have beat Michigan, but they didn't beat Michigan. But they still got the LSU win on their resume. I think that was a good win. Number 11, I got Ole Miss. Ole Miss would have been way higher, but they couldn't escape Kentucky. But Kentucky also gave Georgia a good fight. But I got to see more from Ole Miss. I think Jackson Dart. It was weird down the stretch of that game. It was weird down the stretch of that game, and it looked like he only locked on to one receiver. So I want to see him spread that ball out more. They got South Carolina coming up, so I'll know even more then because they schedule's pretty powder puff as well. Number 12, I got Michigan. Um, they beat USC. They only lost was Texas, even though that was a bad loss, but they've been good since Orgy got into the lineup, even though they're vulnerable and probably can only play one way. I got them at 12. So that's my 12 college football, top 12 college football teams. Number 1, Texas. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Tennessee. Number 4, Ohio State. Number 5, Georgia. Number 6, Missouri. Number 7, Miami. Number 8, Oregon. Number 9, Penn State. Number 10, USC. Number 11, Ole Miss. Number 12, Michigan. And I do want to say this about Missouri because I just kind of disrespect them and I do have them 6. I like Brady Cook. I like Luther Burden. You got a quarterback receiver duo like that. I like it. I will be watching 2 teams in the ACC going forward. It's Pitt Lions. 3 teams: BYU Cougars, Pitt. What's Pitt mascot? Pitt Panthers. I say Pitt Lions. The Pitt Panthers because I like Eli Holstein, and SMU Mustangs. I'm very big on Kevin Jennings. He came out of my high school, South Oak Cliff High School. Won their first ever national championship. Set the pedigree, set the bar. But yeah, that my high school ain't won a state championship ever. So I think he just has the it factor with SMU. So I think the ACC is kind of wide open. I don't think it's open and shut for Miami or Clemson. I probably could have put Clemson number 12, but they got demolished so bad against Georgia. They don't have a win of the par as anyone. I probably could have knocked out Ole Miss, but I think Jackson Dart is way better than Cade Klubnik. And I ain't forgetting to that. But those are my top 12 teams. I apologize to Missouri. I just kind of glossed over them. I really do like Brady Cook and Luther Burden over there. So I think they can make some noise in SEC. They got A&M coming up, so we'll know even more about them later. But Missouri had a good win. Who did they just beat? They had beat somebody. They had to beat a ranked team. I can't think of it. I'm gonna get mad if I don't find it, so I'm gonna go find it real quick, just because I only have one segment left, so I can find it. They beat Boston College, but Boston College might suck. Boston College was ranked at the time, but Boston College they might be trash now. But Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, those are my 12 teams.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.